Howdy folks, welcome to Whiskey Web Wednesday. It is the 18th of May, I think, and this could be the penultimate tasting in the Whiskey Snug here before I move house. So for this one I thought we'd do a little party type dram, because we're coming up to the season of whiskey festivals. Typically Fescila would be just around the corner. Places like here, the Diggers in Edinburgh, it's a beautiful bar, permanent whiskey festival there. So in the spirit of all these festivals that have been cancelled still, I thought I'll have a little party at home with a festival bottling. And this is what we got. Ardbeg Drum Committee Release from 2019's Fescila. This is Ardbeg finished in a rum cask. So let's explore what's going on here. 52% alcohol, non-chill filtered, natural colour. And it says, take Ardbeg Scotch whisky from ex-Bourbon casks. Rest it a while in ex-rum casks from the Americas and you have Ardbeg Drum. A flamboyant jamboree of flavours with fragrant pine resin, wood smoke and sea spray dancing alongside ripe banana and pineapple. Lavender, licorice and vanilla sway into rich dark chocolate before parading into a long smoky finish. So that sounds delightful, I'm sure you agree. And it almost makes me think of that song Maliki Malaka. Remember Chevy Chase in National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and he was dreaming about the pool. Maliki Malaka, this is it. This is that palm trees swaying. They've got this little thing here. There's a little necktie, and it talks about the things that used to happen on Isla for the festivals. Like they used to turn like everything into a float, anything with wheels, so a tractor or a little van, they would turn it into a colourful float and they would have a parade, a bit like the Carnival in Latin America. And it also talks about how the island life in the Caribbean is very similar to the west coast of Scotland, the Inner Hebrides like Isla. So maybe not the same climate, a bit colder in Scotland of course, a bit more windswept. But they still have that island vibe. People are very proud of where they come from and they enjoy the island life, they enjoy the connection to the sea. And apparently one of the distillers who worked at Ardbeg, Hamish Scott, Ardbeg's distillery manager, between 1964 and 1977, he was previously in the same occupation. He was a distillery manager in a rum distillery. So there is a connection there between Ardbeg and the rum industry. So I think this bottle should beautifully celebrate that connection. So let's find out. So usually for Ardbeg's festival releases they have a normal edition which goes out to the mass market, usually thousands of bottles, and then they have the committee release which is more for the inner circle, the Ardbeg family, and you have to kind of get them on the day. When they go online for sale they're usually sold out in an hour or two, so you have to be quick with your fingers on the buzzers to get there in time. But fortunately I found this one in Vancouver Island, even though I missed out on the online sale. So even if you miss out, don't give up hope. There's always somebody you know, or maybe a shopkeeper with your best interests at heart. I've actually been drinking quite a bit of rum recently, and there is a real connection here. I can smell the rum notes coming through. Dare I say, it even reminds me a little bit of the high ester rum, Kill Devil kind of stuff. There's like really strong ripe pineapple. But just beautifully enveloped in that Islay Sea spray, the brine, and then you've got the rich Islay peat smoke as well. Palate. Sugary. Not dark molasses, but more just sugar, cane sugar. Sweetness. Vanilla. Smoke. Ripe fruits. I would say that the nose and the palate are very well connected on this dram. And at 52% alcohol, it's a real nice warmth without being overly hot. I think this is a dram that you could drink on the beach in the Caribbean or Islay. It's definitely got that summer vibe going. It just makes you think of flowers round the neck, little grass skirts, and lots of happy music and swaying trees. And for the first time, Brits were actually allowed to go on holiday, so they've all been arriving in Portugal in their droves, and it's quite funny watching them come off the plane because they're just sitting there like, oh wow, I'm actually on a summer holiday again, wow. So the excitement is real, people. We're almost there. We're all going to have our beach holiday soon. So if you can't find a bottle of this Ardbeg Drum Committee Release, I would highly recommend just picking up any Ardbeg or any rum and just take it on holiday with you, and you'll be guaranteed to have a good time. And to all those back in Islay who are unfortunately going to have to do another virtual Fesheela, I don't think there'll be any real festival days happening this year. I hope it goes well on your virtual tastings and all that kind of stuff. And then I pray to God that next year we will be in Fesheela in person, because I've got the sneaky feeling that the next decade is going to be like the Roaring 20s, the 1920s, when it's just going to be a decade of fun, togetherness, dancing, music. Everyone's just going to be so hyper, so excited, because this has never happened before, like taking away our freedom, our right to party. So to have that back again is going to be so liberating, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I couldn't think of a better way of celebrating than Ardbeg Drum Committee Release. Cheers, folks.